Hello, guys, and welcome back to Elevate Business Solutions, where we level up our business game. Now, have you ever dreamt of turning your passion into profit, but worried your 9 to 5 leaves no room? You're not alone. Today, we're tackling the side hustle struggle and how to make it work alongside your full time job. We'll explore time management hacks, productivity boosters, and strategies to avoid burnout. Now, buckle up, hustlers. Let's conquer the double life. Today, having a side hustle is the little black dress of the working class. It's becoming essential. It can be a hobby that allows you to get the creative juices flowing, or a small business to help you get some extra money on the side. Whatever flavor you choose is up to you. Most people usually shy away from side hustles, especially if they're already working a 9 to 5, for fear that it's gonna be overwhelming and challenging to balance the two. Of which it's two, guys. Sometimes it just gets so overwhelming and you wonder, like, why am I even doing this? You're right. Balancing a side hustle with the main job is difficult, but that doesn't mean that it's not doable. It's absolutely doable. If you don't do it right, you may end up losing money, time, and energy from both sides. Now, before embarking on this forked path, you need to think about your goals, what you're interested in doing, and how much time you can dedicate to your side hustle. The aim is to achieve some semblance of happiness by doing something you love, but not at the risk of burning out. I'm going to be sharing 10 practical tips to help you easily manage your side hustle and your main job. The first thing you need to do is to make sure that you're passionate about your side hustle. This has to be the most crucial point, actually, for you to take home. Make sure you are passionate about your side hustle. Think about it. How can you dedicate your extra time to something you hate doing? It won't make sense. And eventually, your lack of motivation will start showing the results and the money you make, whether it's in your main job or your side gig. When you're choosing a side hustle, let it be something you're passionate about. Because if you're passionate about something, you'll feel your energy towards it. You'll dedicate time towards the goals you need to set or in getting the tasks done. It will be like a baby you're nurturing because you're so passionate about it. And if you're not passionate about something, you'll set aside time to do it. And the moment you just get to doing it, you're like, really? Is it really worth it? No. So you need to find something that you're passionate about. It should be something that you have always had a genuine interest in pursuing. You can write down a list of your current interests and passions and try to see which ones have the best side hustle potential. Also, keep your why in your mind. Why do you want to pursue this side hustle? Is it for money or self-fulfillment and happiness? This will keep you going on those days when you lose the morale, because trust me, the days when you just can't do it, you don't even have the strength to inject into whatever you actually started doing. So you need to get something that on days when you really don't have the strength and the morale, at least you know I can be able to get it moving on those particular days. Number 2, you need to establish boundaries. When you have a full-time job and a side hustle, this means your time is limited. You have to be clear about what you're willing to sacrifice. Things like sleep and social life might suffer because you need boundaries with others and yourself to balance both your full-time job and your side hustle successfully. Also, if you want to grow your side hustle, then give it the time and energy necessary to do so. For example, if you've set aside a specific time during your day or week to prioritize your side hustle, then you need to follow through and show up the same way you will do to your main job. However, if you're doing a side hustle for fun to make some extra just in case money, then you can give yourself some leeway. Number 3, develop a schedule. You need to treat your side hustle like an important appointment. Schedule realistic blocks in relation to product creation, marketing, customer service. You need to have a schedule in place. Now, with this particular one, as much as you have a full-time job, you need to be able to set some block time or just a 2-hour window period or 1-hour window period. It depends if you're a morning or an evening person. What time are you mostly active? Because personally for me, I do it better in the evening before I sleep. I make sure anything that was scheduled towards my side hustle, I have it done before sleeping. Waking up, you just prepare, off you go to work. But if you are a morning person and you can set aside 1 or 2 hours in the morning, then that's okay. If you have 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon or evening, that is still okay. But make sure you have few hours set aside on each day to direct, inject into your side hustle, because side hustle really demands a lot. Plus, it depends if you're into service, products, or a bit of freelancing. Because if it's product, you need to be able to schedule ads, do your marketing, find a way you're going to have the products delivered, have someone to pick the phone call. So if you're going to do it yourself, respond to customer messages, post your products on your social media pages, same to services. You need to be able to find a way to communicate with your clients, find a way the services are going to be offered. So you need to develop a schedule and follow it consistently. They say consistency is key, not perfection. Do it consistently. You can use some tools on the internet to help you create schedule. I'll do another video including the tools that you can use as a business owner to help you schedule your routine, your goals, and whatever you need to do to increase productivity. You need to tap into your time management skills. That is number 4. It helps you to manage your time more effectively when you have a full-time job and a side hustle. Use a time log to find out how much downtime and off hours you have each day, and use that time to work on your side hustle. You can do it during weekends, because weekends, most people are not doing the full-time job, so you can dedicate the weekends towards that. On my personally, weekends and late nights are really great time. That is if you're night owl. If you're a morning person, then every hour, 2-3 hours. Tap into your time management skills. This helps you manage your time more effectively when you have a full-time job and a side hustle. As much as you have time set aside, you need to be able to know how to manage the time, because weekends, late nights, in the morning, those are even afternoon. These are times that you find that I'm able to get 1 or 2 hours and I can be able to do this. If I don't plan the time well, the time will just pass by and I've done absolutely nothing. This is why you need to tap into your time management skills and just have a to-do list for each day. Even if it's just 30 minutes of work, this will help you prioritize what tasks to focus on beforehand. You need to eliminate distractions. When you only have so little time to work on your side hustle, you can't waste it on irrelevant things, especially if the gig is important to you. Get rid of any distractions during your working time, such as the TV, your phone, and use productivity apps to keep you on task. Turn off notifications on a device to help you stay focused and finish your work effectively. Now, this happens a lot of times. You know, well, I have 2 hours in the evening to dedicate towards my side hustle. But then again, you get on your phone, you're scrolling, you need to post the products, you need to respond to customer responses. You need to do that, but oopsie, something happens. You're on TikTok. Before you know it, it's midnight. You've done absolutely nothing. Or maybe you've gone to the couch and you're like, you know what, let me just put a movie to play in the background as I do 1, 2, 3. Before you know it, either you slept or you found yourself watching the movie instead of finishing the task at hand. Keep your health in check and prioritize rest and self-care. You can never pour from an empty cup. You need to prioritize sleep, exercise, and activities that help you recharge. You need to be able to find a balance between work, life, and your side hustle. You can't just bury yourself in it all. Because at the end of it, you know what? We need to live life, not just dedicate all your 100% time work without taking a break. Balancing a side hustle and a full-time job is actually a job in itself because of all the hours you have to put in. You can easily become overwhelmed by all the work and neglect your self-care, ending up being burnt out. So if you're exhausted or sleep deprived, you won't be as productive at your day job, which could put you at risk of actually being fired. So you need to learn to read your body and listen to what it tells you. As much as you really want to put in the effort, it actually reaches a point and the body is like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. And you actually have to listen to your body. If you can't push a step further, don't force yourself, because at the end of the day you're gonna be unwell. So what happens if you're unwell? No, find a balance. I have a full-time job. I have a side hustle. I need to also live life. Don't cancel living life out, because what's the essence of it all if at all you can be able to live and enjoy life? So try and find a balance, keep your health in check, and prioritize rest and self-care, because you're gonna need it for the long term. This is such an important point. Automate your work and take full advantage of free AI tools. Right now, as a business owner, let me just put that thought on hold. I thank God for AI tools, and I thank God for the AI tools that are actually free in the market. I mean, what could we do without AI tools? As much as there are some arguments about the AI tools, but personally for me, I thank God for it. It's just a lifesaver. And as a business owner, you need to take advantage of the free AI tools out here. They will just make your life so much easier. I wouldn't survive without that. I wish they would been there early enough. But as much as we're using AI tools, don't let it take away your creativity. It's just here to help make life easier, work easier, but not to wipe away your creativity. So take advantage of the free AI tools. I'm gonna do a feature video covering the AI tools you should be able to use as a business owner. They come in handy, so much in handy. Something like ChatGPT can even tell it act like a social media manager or a copywriter, social media strategist, and write for me social media posts for 10 days to post on my page. And you give it a prompt, tell it what your business is about, and it does that. Who wouldn't love that? If there's anything that makes life and work easier, grab it. If you're planning on starting a side hustle, you also need to keep your finances in check, keep track of your records, your sales, what's happening, because it will come in handy. Don't just assume that as much as I'm getting money, I'm good. No, keep track of the money that's flowing in. See if at all you're making any profit. Look where you need to scale up. Look where you need to correct. Look where you need to strategize. Treat that side hustle like a baby. If you are a plant parent, treat it as a plant. You need to water it, put it near sunshine or sunlight so that it blooms. And that's exactly what you do to your side hustle. Now, this point, I cannot emphasize it enough, guys. Learn to delegate tasks. Learn to delegate tasks. You can always benefit from some extra help if you're trying to balance a side gig and a 9 to 5. Let me tell you, sometimes it gets so overwhelming. You get home and you're just so tired to an extent you can't do anything. And if you have the budget for it, then please get some help. Get someone to help you. As much as you're gonna pay someone to do that, but it increases your productivity. You get to focus on the big things and have someone help you. If you don't have a budget for it, just try to have someone on the side. It can be a friend, a sister, a sibling, brother, cousin. Just get some help. Let someone step in and help you. Plus, it depends with how engaging your side hustle and your full-time job is, because if you can manage to balance the two, then that's okay. If you can manage to set aside some 2 hour, 1 hour during the day and just give it to your side hustle and you are doing so well, then that's okay. But if it reaches a point where you can't, then please call for help. Now imagine you're a product seller and at your job premises, you cannot receive calls. So what happens in this particular scenario? You are selling products and you cannot receive calls during the day. So how do clients get to you? This is why you actually need to have someone step in and just help you receive the calls. But please find someone trustworthy, someone you can trust to actually receive calls, sell products, and give you the full amount, tell you this is this what we did, and here's your amount. If you find such a trustworthy person, then you thank God for them. So learn to delegate tasks. Why you can't, don't force it. Don't be yourself over it, guys. We are here to live and enjoy life, not to bury our souls in work 24/7. Nope. So if you can delegate tasks, if you can be able to manage that on your own, it is well and good. Now, I want you to also learn to say no and embrace the power of no. Sometimes you'll have to know your limits, both at your side gig and your day job. Sometimes when you stretch yourself too thin, you find you're giving diluted content here or diluted piece of work here, you're giving diluted piece of work on this other end. So you need to not stretch yourself too thin. Learn to recognize whether you have the bandwidth to take on extra responsibilities at work or your side hustle, regardless of how exciting the opportunity seems. Taking on too much work could affect your performance if you don't have the energy or time to handle it. This is just it, guys. Learn to embrace the power of no. If you can't do it, you can't do it. Don't force it. Don't stretch yourself too thin trying to do a million things at a go. You can't. You are not a robot. You are a human being who needs to take care of themselves as much as they're working. Now, this is something that you need to embrace as a business owner. If you want to start a side hustle, please put God at the center of everything. I'm not trying to preach here, no, but please put God at the center of everything. It just feels so nice and so good if you float the burden on your shoulders and tell God, you know what, God, I'm starting a side hustle. I have a full-time job. Sometimes I know it's gonna be so overwhelming. I might lose my mind in it, of which I know you won't. It can be so daunting, it can be so stressful, and there are gonna be good days, really nice days that I look forward to. But please, God, amidst it, just give me the strength, give me divine favor, give me divine grace and protection. Let favor be my other name. Clothe me with your divine favor. May I find favor in this particular business. May this business grow. May this business bloom. And may this business just be such a big thing. So guys, prayer is king. Learn to be prayerful. Pray for your side hustle. Pray for your job. Pray for peace of mind. Pray for sanity. Pray for strength, because you're gonna need it. Pray for God to give you clients who are understanding, clients who don't bargain, clients who just come to your side hustle business and they just make you smile after making the sale. That is what we are striving towards. So put God at the center of it. That is it. So put God at the center of it. Lastly, put your sanity and health first. There will be days when everything syncs up perfectly and days when you wonder why you're even doing it in the first place. Your passion will be what fuels you. Remember, guys, get something you're passionate about. If balancing a side gig and day job becomes too much for you, then you can take a break from your side gig and come back to it when the time is right. Remember, a side hustle doesn't have to be permanent. You're allowed to switch gears if it becomes too overwhelming. If you take these tips and strategize them, then you never know, it's gonna bloom and it's gonna be something so big that you can't believe it. So guys, remember that. I don't know about you, but I'll actually love if you shared your own time management hacks and your side hustle experiences in the comments. I'll really appreciate that. And that's it, guys. That's it for this short snippet of how to manage your side hustle and your full-time job. So if you're wondering, okay, I want to start a full-time job, but I don't think I can manage this. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. I've given you the tips. The moment you get into business, I feel like you should be a risk taker. And most successful people actually risk takers. I usually tell myself I'd rather give it a try and tell myself, you know what, it never worked. And I'm so glad that I gave it a try. And to keep telling myself, let me just not give it a try, or let me keep postponing it, or I'm going to try and you never try. Come on, guys. Go all in and give it a try. That's how you win in this world, Okay, not really win, but you get me. So I hope these tips were very helpful. If you've got any tips to share, I'll appreciate that in the comment. So you can like, subscribe to our channel so that I get the strength to create more content, guys. And you can actually share this with someone that you know this information is gonna be helpful to them. Thank you for listening and see you in the next video. Goodbye.